Konami Studios.
Oh man, to say I was excited for this book would be an understatement, because DCeased is the perfect title for a zombie book at DC. So what happens when Dynamite decides they want to do the same thing? They title a book Dynamite. It's brilliant. It's marketing. It's awesome. And this book was so freaking cool. I mean, I'm not caught up on everything happening at Dynamite. I'll say that it has some characters that I enjoy. I know there's been some controversy around them lately of Comicsgate stuff. We won't get into it. But I was like, I'm going to give this a shot, mainly because Declan Shalvey will be writing. And I'm more familiar with him as an artist. So I was like, I'm very curious to see what his angle is going to be on this. And it was pretty freaking cool. We bring back a lot of characters I honestly forgot about. And I'm like, that is sick. Just seeing some of these characters, seeing how they act, who they are. I thought it was pretty cool. And I'm very excited to see this book going forward. So we start with some classic characters from the mythos of your favorite Dynamite characters. They bring back John Carter. He's an old man in a nursing home. He's longing to go back to his planet, and after he finally catches the gaze of the red planet of Mars, he's able to go back, and he's a young man again. Then we cut to this, it's like a spaceship in space. It's like this planet headed to Draculon, and we see the ambassador of that planet, Vampirella, shows up. And I have a lot of feelings about Vampirella as a character. I really want to like her. I just don't know where to start reading her. So if you guys could tell me the best place to start reading Vampirella, please let me know. I think that character is fascinating. So she's aboard this ship, and they're just kind of trying to find the planet, but they're not really getting a signal, so we don't really know what's going on with that way. And then as that's going on, we do manage to cut back to some stuff happening with Red Sonja, and she's like taking this prisoner along this long treacherous journey because she's trying to find her friend Zoran. And we just see, there's a pile of like corpses around, and it's like all bloody and destroyed and everything's broken. And I'm just like, whoa, that man is killed. Was that Zoran? No, it wasn't. So we cut to like this big temple. At the top of the stairway, we see Zoran is there, and he's looking a little different, like he's not responding to anything that Our Lady Red Sonja is saying. And I'm like, okay, you got John Carter, you got Vampirella, and you got Red Sonja. What else you gonna throw at me? What else you got to show me? We cut to this place I'm not too familiar with. We see this man called Red Llama is talking to this man, and I wasn't too familiar with this guy until we get later on down the story, and we see him put on a mask, and I'm like, oh, that's who it is. And Red Llama's talking to this man, and he's just like, you got to prepare for this journey, leave your material possessions behind. You are ready to annihilate your past self and become this bigger person. Your parents are here. They are dead. You have to put them out of their misery. And now you face your final challenge. And they open this door, and this creature comes out looking like this insane monster. And you're like, what is that? And it's just interesting, because it's DCeased. This book is just straight up DCeased, but it's in the Dynamite universe, and I'm very curious to see how they're going to make everything connect. So we cut to Barsoom, and we go to Helium, and John Carter's like, this is awesome, I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to see my friends again. It's me, guys, John Carter, and they're all monsters and zombies. And he gets taken down, and we kill John Carter early on in this book. Like, if you're bringing back John Carter, that's awesome. But you killed him pretty early on in this book, to the point where I think he's going to become a main monster or like zombie thing later on. So I'm very curious about that. We cut back to the ship that Vampirella is on, and they're just kind of like, we're still not getting any response from these people. We need to figure out what's going on. So we send some people kind of down to, like, I guess like some hangar on the ship just to see what's going on. Again, where do I start reading Vampirella? I really like her design. I really like this character. I want to like her.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please...
And I just set off my series saying that. That's hilarious. Oh man, I'm going to keep that in. That's funny. So no, Vampirella's pretty cool. So we cut back to Red Sonja, and Zoran is a zombie, and he's attacking her. And we see they just kind of fight. She's like, what's happening to you? I don't know what's going on. She kills him. And she's just like, I'm not going to mourn your death. I'm going to seek revenge on whatever did this to you. And some more creatures start to attack that man she was carrying around, just like lugging around with her, looking kind of like Jack Sparrow for some reason. I don't really know why. If he plays a part in the Red Sonja book, please let me know. Again, I'm not too familiar with all these characters. Like, I know more than the average person, but I haven't picked up a Red Sonja book, a Vampirella book, or a John Carter book ever. Maybe a few times, but I just haven't picked it up. I don't really care. So that guy gets killed, she cuts off his head, and it's just like, okay, something is seriously going on. And then we cut back to our Red Llama boy and the guy he's training, and we realize it is Peter Cannon. And for those of you who aren't too familiar with this character, he is the Thunderbolt. And he's like an old school character. I remember, I think I've read some like, was it West Gold Key, Whitman books? He had some of those books way back, and I read some of the old stuff with Thunderbolt. So here he is, he's back, he kills this idea of his parents as these bad guys, and they were kind of twisted from this plague, and Red Llama's telling him, now you have to go into the world, go find people to help you fight this plague throughout time, anywhere and every when, just look for them wherever. He becomes the Thunderbolt, and he's like, I'm going on a mission to save the world, and sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do to survive, and we see him killing some zombies as he's leaving the building, and it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's just pretty cool, and I'm enjoying it. Like, this is a really fun way to start the book. We do end a couple things here. We are seeing that the ship that Vampirella is on is under attack, and they're kind of like opening these coffins, and when they open up inside, we see some of the Martians from Mars are in there, and they are zombified out, ready to attack the people aboard the ship. And you're like, that's cool. That's a nice way to bring it. Vampirella's in space. She's probably going to have to go to Mars. And we're probably going to have Thunderbolt go pick up Red Sonja. They're going to come meet these people. I bet you Green Hornet will show up somewhere. I'm excited. And then we cut back to where we were at the beginning of the book. And we see the old man, John Carter, who is kind of like, looks like he's passed out in the middle of the patio. And just see his eyes turn red. And he just kind of slaughters everybody in the hospital. And you're like, that's cool. I enjoy that a lot. And then we cut back to Red Sonja again. She's kind of walking, just like, this is really creepy. And we get this weird shot of like this, I don't know what you would call it. It's like this skull and crossbones thing. It's like a smiley face, and he's talking. And he's like, I'm the best damn friend you ever had. I don't know what that's a reference to. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments if that's like a character in the Dynamite universe. I'm not sure who it would be, though. I can't think of any of those older characters that would relate to that, but maybe it's like the source of the evil or something. I don't know. It's Dynamite. It's a crazy book about zombies attacking the Dynamite universe. John Carter is back, if even for a second. Thunderbolt is here, being a cool character. Vampirella and Red Sonja, classics of Dynamite. It's fun. It's interesting. It's going to keep you entertained. And it kept me entertained. So I think that's all you can ask for. Declan's doing a pretty good job here. I'm curious to see what this book is going to be like going forward. So, Dynamite, I am going to give a 7 out of 10. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.